room, every situation, all the time, all the way to the end. But we're waking up. We're in a deep slumber. This is what it is. And unfortunately, we're paying a price for it, you know. George paid a price for it. Every time they get away with a murder, it makes it easier for the next one. So that's why we have to stop this. We have to chop off the head of the snake. They have to suffer the consequences of what they've done. So the real change, though, is us, is our determination, is our willingness to put everything else aside and make this the priority. We're programmed in this society to have so many concerns. We're sold things, they're trying to make us, manipulate us into things. But the things that we need the most, the things that are most important, we don't place as most important. Well, we're getting our priorities back in order here. Because, and I know black people feel me in this crowd, but we got here, we wouldn't even be here if not for massive struggle in this country. And every right we have came out of some kind of struggle, some kind of bloodshed. Now, I ain't calling for bloodshed today, but the blood was already spilt. George Floyd's blood was spilt. And so, we couldn't even most times get this many people out for Terrence Coleman. So, unfortunately, this is the kind of thing it takes. But we're out here now, and hopefully we'll resolve to stay out in the streets until we root this out of our society. So, we were calling for a new normal 5 years ago. We're not going back to the old. And I hope, some of you who've been, we've all taken our lumps in this society. Some of us who are older maybe got a little cynical. And I hope some of the young people who maybe this is one of your first demonstrations can see that now is your turn to come up and to carry us forward. So it's good to see a whole new layer of people. A lot of people didn't protest during the Mike Brown era. This is new to them. And really, it's not that old. It's 5 years ago, but, if you were 9 5 years ago, that's a big deal. Now you're 14, and now you're about to be an adult. So, just trying to hold us together. We don't really want to stay here too much longer. We're already too close together, but we got to hear from Rahim, the mother of Osama Rahim. Hopefully, she's close. So what do we want? Justice! What do you want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do you want it? Now! If we don't get up! If we don't get up! If we don't get it! Can't stop, won't stop, jail those killers cop! Can't stop, won't stop, jail those killer cops! Can't stop, won't stop! 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 All right, we learning. Who's streets? Who's streets? All right, we got somebody has got a story about something that went down in Minneapolis.
Hi everybody, my name is Toya. I want to start with a chant. This is from back with Michael Brown, maybe you remember it. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Thank you. Like I said, my name is Toya. I'm a union member. I'm an electrician. demonstration in the IBEW Local 103. I'm also a socialist, and Malcolm X said it best. He said, you cannot have capitalism without racism. That is what he said. And he ain't never lied. I wanted to give a quick update. I'm a part of an organization called Socialist Alternative, and I want to thank Mass Action Against Police Brutality for allowing me to speak. But we have people in Minneapolis, and I wanted to give an on-the-ground report of what's going on there. We see this uprising, right? We see this uprising of thousands of people that are in the street. More people are in the street right now than when Trump got elected. That's how important this is. We know that black people are disproportionately killed by the police. We know that. And after Michael Brown was killed, just like Brock was saying, we saw a movement that completely changed the discussion that we have. Everybody knows whose lives matter? Whose lives matter? That's right. But now we're seeing growth in this movement. We can see from this crowd, this is a multiracial movement. We have to thank the protests for the victory that we saw with charging that officer, right? But we need to make sure that he's convicted. We need to make sure that he's convicted because Michael Brown's killer got off. He got off, right? So the fight, they're all convicted, that's right. But I want to talk about what's happening in Minneapolis, but first, we need to acknowledge that it's not just the police that are choking us to death. It's not, right? It's these astronomical rents that are choking us to death. It's the inability to deal with a pandemic that is literally choking us to death. It's these low wages that are choking us to death, making us choose between our rent, making us choose between rent and food, right? So what do we need? We need to build the movement and grow the movement. In Minneapolis, union members are uniting to help the protesters. The ATU, which is the bus drivers union, the police went to them and said, you are going to transport all the protesters that we arrest to the jail. You know what they said? They said, hell no, we're not. They said we're not. And that's what we need. We need unions to get involved with this movement to help it grow. That's what we need. Whether that be here in Boston with solidarity statements demanding that justice be served, we need to activate the organized workforce, right? And also we need a sustainable movement. So that means next steps. Because what if he doesn't get convicted? How do we fight to win the demands that we need? This Sunday, we're having a Next Steps meeting, Socialist Alternative. I have flyers here. There's some at a table over there. Please check it out. We're going to be discussing how we can expand on the demands here in Boston and fight for black liberation and for the working class in general. Thank you.
Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. 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 You said the whole damn system is guilty as hell. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. What do we want? Justice. What do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. What do we want it? Now. If we don't get it, 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 if George don't get it, if Brianna don't no fascist USA. No cops, no KKK, 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 no fascist USA. I'm under attack. You got my back? Watch my back, I'm under attack. You got my back? You got my back? You got my back? You got my back? I got yours back. All right, everybody. That's it. We looking out for each other. That's what it's all about.
Kilo PS, just a heads up on that. The 424's call is 1334 for the...
Okay, so yeah, thank you for your patience. And we have a lot of people still packing in here. Now the issue is we will need to get this truck out of here. Okay, we have one more speaker who's finding her way through the crowd. And when she starts talking, we're going to have to get this entire walkway 100% clear. The people who are on the bleachers over by the construction, you guys need to get down right now. I've been asked to make sure people stay away from those structures. If you're leaning against the fence, please don't wait until our marshals come and ask you to move. I'm asking you to move right now. For your safety, please do that. All right? So everyone who's over on this side, leaning against that chain link fence, everyone who's on this side, on those bleachers by the baseball thingy, please get down right now. I can see you. Y'all can hear me. I'm looking at you. I'm going to keep repeating myself until you guys get down. Please, I know it's hard to see, but like we need to keep it clear. And yeah, just basically get ready. We have a bunch of signs here. We're going to lay them out. If you haven't brought a sign and you'd like to carry one, you can come on up in the front and grab one. We have mass action against police brutality signs, which somehow seem to be disappearing whenever people want their like souvenirs or whatnot. But you know, just try to give them back, because we have our member Karen here, who's our artist. She made these by hand, and we love them. We love them, okay? If you want your own mass action sign, you're going to join us for a painting session one of these days. But please, feel free to grab a sign at the end of the march, or if you have to leave early, just come back to the truck, give the sign back, so we can use it again, okay? So yeah, like we are gonna run out of signs pretty fast. We have a bunch. Just grab one and keep it moving. Don't be picky. Just grab one. They're all super trained justice and cool stuff. Okay, cool.
If you can just turn the system there, if there's somebody else that can do it, 18 I'm on 3 seconds for medical issues, possible drug use.
Seven for seven.
Victor, hold you off of where on the 19th?
So we're going to go through that little cul-de-sac and keep it moving. Take a right back onto Harrison, then take another right onto East Newton, and then take a left onto Washington. Take a right onto Rutland. I'm just telling you, like it's a plan.
Delta Charlie 1.
Delta Charlie 1, sir, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Unconfirmed, but this may be headed towards the Dudley area.
Sure, do we have an updated amount of defense?
400.
Okay, I'll let you know.
thought you said you want to get it.
She asked the police, what are you guys doing? Like, why are you swearing at this old lady? Why are you hitting this old lady? Why are you beating up this old lady? She then proceeded to call the police on the police.
We've been on the channel 3, go ahead.
They didn't like that. And to this day, Mary has scars, physical scars and damage on her physical body, and she was traumatized by that whole situation. She, in fact, was arrested. It's a long story, and it's kind of a success story because with everything going on and the pressure that was put on, eventually Mary got justice, and that police officer was fired and had to do jail time. Now, I'm giving you the cliff notes. I'm giving you all the cliff notes, okay? Now, I want y'all to pay attention right now, because I'm getting a notice that Rahim, the mother of Osama Rahim, is somehow being prevented from coming up to address all of you people who have come to see her and hear what she has to say. I'm gonna wait, and those people who are closer are going to check on this situation because we are not leaving until Rahima Rahim gets a chance to tell her story. Rahima Rahim needs to be let in. Now, why is it? I see people walking by, I see people walking in. So why is it that she's being prevented from coming up here? Is the mother of Osama Rahim. Do you remember Osama Rahim? Do you remember Osama Rahim? Do you know him? Do you know of him?
Yes.
Okay, because there were crickets, nothing but crickets. Because the police decided to hunt him. On June 2nd, 2017, somewhere between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning, in front of the CVS in Roslindale, where he was passing through. He had just come to get some money from the ATM, and he was bringing it to his nephew before work. He was on the phone with his dad, and I don't want to tell you the whole story, but because Rahima Rahim will make her way up to this mic to tell you the story. But I just want you to know there was nothing but crickets when he was killed. He was surrounded by ununiformed men. And for some reason, although this was in the 2017s or so, right? The video was like 1980s quality. And I will let Rahima go ahead with her and address all of you. Thank you for coming.
Hi. Sorry it took us a few blocks to walk down to get here. It's well worth it to come out to speak with you all. My son, Osama Rahim, was murdered by the Boston Police Department and the FBI on June 2nd, 2015. So this Tuesday is the 5th anniversary of his death. And we're still fighting in court. Can't hear me?
Mother, can we have some help? They can't hear me.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me now? All right, sorry. My name is Rahima.
Deactivated the head opener. Go ahead, sir.
My name is Rahima. Can you hear me?
All right, so just assign someone else, you said?
My name is Rahima.
Okay, no problem. I'll just assign the Kilo 426 if that's okay to head over there.
He was murdered on June 2nd.
All right, we're going to send the Kilo EDT, Kilo 104, Kilo 426. If you can head over to District 4. Any particular area? 426.
Take a park in the rear parking lot, just come in and report to me, and once the march commences, we'll go from there.
Get out away from the speaker. Too close to the speaker.
Can you hear me now?
The Kilo 426, you copy that as well?
I'll say it again. My name is Rahima. I'm the mother of Osama Rahim, who was killed on June 2nd, 2015 in Roslindale, Massachusetts, by the Boston Police Department and the FBI. He was
Go
surrounded
ahead, sir.
by 6 or 7 or 8 undercover people, none of them in uniforms, and they surrounded him in the parking lot as he was heading to work. They said that they said who they were, but it wasn't heard by anyone, them perhaps. But they surrounded him in a military tactile method, and they shot him dead 3 times. When I saw this young man, Floyd, with the police officer, with his knee in his neck, and he was saying he couldn't breathe, it brought back all types of torture memory to me as a mother who lost her child to brutality. I mean, I couldn't even sleep that night. I kept seeing that young man's face as he died right in front of all of us, the audience. We saw him die. And the man sat on his neck
We need a
with his
Kilo
knee.
PS to head over
What kind
to
of
District 4.
soulless person is that? That he would do that? No conscience, no soul. I'm glad they arrested him. I hope they prosecute him fully. And I hope he gets a death penalty. And I hope they prosecute the officers who killed my son. We don't even know who they are. I don't even really care to know their names. All I know is I hope they can't sleep at night. And I hope that they are prosecuted. And I hope that they also get jail or the death penalty. I wrote a poem in frustration. And it's called Not Another. Not another sister or a brother, as their bodies lie there still. We are being hunted and killed by the soulless ones appointed by society. They have been anointed to kill with immunity black, brown, red, yellow communities. It's time to stop this madness, put an end to this sadness. To hell with immunity. Rise up all communities in this impunity. Thank you.
Osama Rahim was my brother. And it hurts me every time I hear of another person being murdered by the police. No justice, no peace. No racist police. No justice, no peace. No racist police. No peace. No racist police. No justice, no peace. No racist police. Watch my back, I'm under attack. You got my back. You got my back. I got your back.
enough. I know we want to let our voices be heard, so we need people to clear a path for the car, for the sound truck, and we're going to go out down Washington and proceed.
You guys, I've been doing my best. Please, the truck will not move unless the whole area from the chain link fence to the cement wall is 100% clear. Like, move your feet. Please move your feet. Chain link fence to the cement wall. If you stage yourself and start
We're going to be starting on Washington Street, so the whole movement will be there.
If you are next to the wall, move so we can bring the cushion. Everyone has the air like that.
So guys, we're out of the way so they can bring the truck through. I've been in contact with them, yeah. They got the whole street shut down over here, so.
Yeah, it's about 12 of us, so I'm sure.
Stand silent in the face of authority, that is respect, but if you stand silent in the face of an oppressor, that is accepting injustice. And that is the last thing we as a community should stand for. We should stand for all others. We should stand especially for our Black lives because they do matter. They need to be recognized and they need to be respected.
Thank you so much, appreciate it. Be safe. All right.
well, if we can follow the trucks, then cool. He said we could follow. She said we could follow the trucks. So if we can do that, y'all better hold down my truck.
La policía supuestamente está aquí para proteger y ellos no entienden todo esto. Ellos están matando a la gente inocente solo por el dolor del pie.
Claro, cuéntame, después de esto, ver otro caso como esto, ¿tú te sientes seguro aquí en Boston viviendo?
Para mí la cosa es, yo tengo el privilegio de ser más claro que mis amigos y para mí eso me parece